Alright, so day 2 everybody. We got to travel via tuk-tuk, and I'll have more on that later, it'll have its own video, to just outside of Phnom Penh, and we got to visit this NGO, which stands for Non-governmental organization, called Resource Development International, or RDI. There's a lot of acronyms in this episode. So what RDI does is they help to provide villagers in Cambodia the tools for water filtration and to educate them on the particular challenges that Cambodia faces water-wise. One of the major challenges that is kind of unique to Cambodia is that there's something in the sediment in this region that taints the groundwater with arsenic. Now this arsenic water is, it looks, tastes, smells, and appears just, it appears to be fresh water. It looks like fresh water. There's no difference outside of a lab. And so people would go in and drill wells and they'd get this groundwater and it tastes great, but then after a few months they'd start to have some really awful, health issues because of drinking this tainted water. So RDI provides some education to let the people know that, which wells, first off, which wells are tainted, and to know not to drink that tainted water, or to use that for washing clothes or something else other than drinking. And the other thing they do is provide the villagers with alternative solutions to drinking that groundwater. So they build these large spherical water collection tanks, and they are partially subsidized by RDI, but the villagers actually pay for the tanks in installment payments. And the way it works is RDI doesn't just go out and give a whole village rainwater collection tanks. They go out and explain what the collection tank is to the villagers, and if the villager says, I would really like that for my house, I can see the benefit of that, then they'll pay for some of it in installment payments, and that gives them ownership of the water collection tank, and they're going to take, it's that way it's not a handout. They can take some pride in it, in knowing that, this is part of the way that they're providing for their family. Collecting rainwater isn't enough because all water in Cambodia needs to be either filtered or treated before it can be consumed. So along with the rainwater collection tanks, RDI also will provide these families with a filter, and it's a clay pot, and the clay is actually a natural filter, and they treat it with silver nitrate that has been shown to actually speed up the process so that the water can actually drip through these clay pots, and they look like flower pots, but they drip through this clay flower pot and it gets all of the bacteria out because the pores in the clay are smaller than the bacteria. And this is a system that's over 3,000 years old. So it's just been improved upon and mass-produced by RDI and given to these villagers. So we actually got to visit them, we got to tour their facility, and we got to tour their factory where they make the clay pots, and we even got to help treat them with silver nitrate, which you just paint on, and we got to help package 80 of these filters to get ready for a distribution. And additionally, we also got to go out into one of the nearby villages and actually see some of the people who have benefited from these water filtration tanks. So we got to go visit their houses and talk to these people via translation, and we were able to just really kind of make a connection with these people, and it was very cool thing to do, because there were small children out there, and we were able to kind of play with them. We got to hear some of the villagers' stories, and it was it was a really great experience. So that's pretty much what we did. That kind of encompassed day 2 for us, and that was the really meaningful thing that we got to do. Um, it was really eye-opening because we got to see more of Cambodia than just what it's in the capital city, which is Phnom Penh. So it was a more full experience. As promised, I will have a video all about the tuk-tuks later. That might be my next video, or it just might be a later video. But it's a whole video devoted to my new favorite form of transportation. So I'll see you tomorrow.